and that's very, very important in our day-to-day activities. So I know that's what, like, we'll have one or two things that would have. So where should we start from? Middle, left, right? Middle. Let's start from middle.
Don't worry, just start. Middle.
Ladies first now. From yes, I started already. So we'll do this place. So anyway you now feel like maybe you want to come your ear, so we just pass it. So that we don't focus. If I say this place now, the first person here is already, so let's do it. Alright. Who is going first? I trust you now. Pace setter. I'm a pace setter. Good morning, everybody. So for me yesterday, what stood out was God's love, because everything we discussed, everything that we were thankful about, just like the genesis of everything is His love. So if the love was not there, all the things, the seen and the unseen, would not like have come into manifestation. And what stood out to me was another thing that stood out to me, the Spirit of God, because if not, well, thank God for the Spirit of God. So I got to understand more that we have to be thankful about the Spirit of God in us. Yes, we are Christians. Yes, oh, we want to live our lives for God. But what is making you want to live that life for God? It's actually the Spirit of God in you. So,
Okay. Good morning, everybody. I'll start from gratitude, as she had said. Even when it's not easy for us to come out of our time zone, our comfort zone, we should still be grateful. We should be grateful for the times that are difficult, times that are easy. So I feel like that's just the summary of what I'm interested about yesterday.
okay, so yesterday was amazing. So I really thank God because I was here to experience it. I had the time to think about what has happened this year, because I first thought nothing good has happened actually. But then me thinking that this year was going to be one of the worst, but at least from nothing, I achieved a lot. And something that struck my mind was when she said, the woman, she was like, when you've not gotten your daily dose of blessing, your angels are not at rest. And that actually struck me. Yesterday was actually, it was amazing.
You don't finally reach. You don't finally reach.
Pace setter. Yeah, when you are done, you pass it there. Yeah.
Okay, good morning. Yeah, so actually, can we hear me? So yeah, actually yesterday, yeah, well, I saw yesterday experience as just like a time of reflection. Yeah, I know, great like gratitude. But one thing that stood out for me is just like the sacrifice of His love. Like even though we went astray, but yet He was just still ready to just accept us the way we are. And I feel like that's one of like the most important part of every Thanksgiving.
What stood out to me yesterday was the fact that everyone had something they were going through, right? And God showed up for everyone. So you just, if you showed up for one person, that is proof of faithfulness. Now you now showed up for every one of us.
Especially about the Gentiles, like the way she explained it, and then the gratitude, like there was time and space for everybody to just express themselves to God. That's it. You've done yours.
Yesterday for me was, I would say that it was amazing because I mean we didn't plan to have any word charge or anything, but Holy Spirit had his way. So for me, yesterday was the fact that I was saying that 2024 was not a very good year for me. But yesterday during the Thanksgiving, during the word session, like it just really made sense to me that I might have thought that the year might not have been very good for me. But then during the process, it made me even reflect more. And then I realized that, oh, 2024 was actually as bad as I thought it was. In fact, it wasn't even bad at all, because I mean, it was God just teaching me various lessons. So like during the Thanksgiving session and even during the word, it just made me have a change of mind that 2024 was not that bad. Yeah, so it made me reflect more yesterday. Thank you. She was not around yesterday.
All right, for me, it was amazing that I get to hear the amazing stories of a lot of people. I mean, especially her story was inspiring and motivating, and her story also, how she said she moved beyond her was it strength you said or something like that. Yes, and I learned quite a lot from the stories, and as much as we are young people, but we still face challenges too, and it's something that I really like the setting, how they call it safe space, where you come and then you're free to share things that bothers you and how you can improve. I mean, it was something very amazing. And the Thanksgiving also excellent. The worship session was, I mean, it was like God was really redirecting me. You will not believe that yesterday I got the word for the year in just that small worship session. The Lord really told me the word for 2025, that what I should really concentrate on 2025. And yeah, it was really amazing. Yeah.
Angela, okay.
Okay. Good morning, guys. The Lord is good all the time. All the time, the Lord is good. Yesterday program was amazing. Seeing new faces and catching up with the energies that you guys, brought up here. So grateful.
I really wanted to be here, to be honest. I was in final year. I had political work or wherever in school. I was in a very, very terrible relationship. I had health issues. I just didn't have academic issues because I tried to, be solid on that. But everything was actually a lot. And the only thing I can say I really tried, I just learned is that everything I passed through, it was like something was pushing me to just get closer to God. Because I saw that it was really one that could save me from everything that I was going through. And I discovered that from those struggles, I started seeing myself wanting to go for fellowships, wanting to go for night videos. I just feel like if 2024 was rosy, just like all other years were, I would have just been, flexing and relaxing. But I was just always in my room feeling like something was capturing me, wanting me to go to church, always go to church, and all of that. So that's the only thing I can say, that it just made me want to have a very good relationship with God. And I'm still working on it though. I'm not there yet. So that's what I have to say.
All right, so everybody, like, I'm glad everybody had one or two things to say. So right now we'll be going into our strategic goal setting for 2025, our goals for 2025. And to take that session, Samuel is going to be helping us with the session. And trust me, it's going to be amazing because he's a man of value. So just prepare your mind, and just 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 prepare your mind. It's going to be an amazing session, and I'm passing the mic to our coach for today. So we're giving you the light.
Yes, it's not on.
Oh, Baba.
That's why I launched the second one.
Would I take permit to the weekend for the new year? Why? Why not part of? Can you confirm if you can hear me? If this is working? Yes. Can you just confirm if it's working? Okay. Thank you, sir. How do you know that? It's working, right? Okay. Sorry, Mary. I don't understand. You're just passing things around. What about me? Okay, sorry. Sorry. Okay, you can hear me, Abby. It's part of the group setting. Are you chatting the other microphone? Yes. Because they're still going to use because we just need speaking. And they will go there. And you take it out of the He gave me this one. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yes, okay. Just like the water, the water house. Um, sorry, it's just facing me. Can you? It doesn't look like I'm the only person here. So oh, okay, okay. So I don't think that I'm the only person here. Okay, can we begin? Oh, thank you. Thank you for stress. Oh, this is okay. Take it on. You're ready, but feels like others are still struggling with their future. Yes. Or should we start? Okay, Mary is not here. Um, it's a practical session, so it's going to be interactive, and we ask you a few things. Okay. One of the things I'm grateful for is that from a very young age, um, I would say the Lord taught me how to organize my life. And sometimes you really not hear God speak to you um, audibly as to you have to do this, you have to do that. But one of the ways God will speak to you, or how he spoke to me in my case, is that from a very young age I had already written down my how I wanted my life to be, how I want my life to be, and starting with when I was done with school, what I'll be doing, where I'll be, the kind of person I want to get married to, my purpose and everything. And from a very young age, I had already written all of those things down. And at some point in my life, when I got to meet with, I would say, my friend who is a prophet, who works in the prophetic, most of the things he told me were already things I had written down about my life. So it was difficult for somebody to deceive me. Now, what I'm saying is, when you have your life planned out, maybe not everything in detail, but if you have the basic things planned out, it will be difficult for someone to deceive you. Now, forgive me, I heard a lot of people say things like they went into terrible relationship this year and all of that, and I'm sorry about that. But one of the things that can help you solve that problem is to plan your life. Is to really plan your life. I never wanted to have an ex. it was not something I wanted to really have. I didn't want to be like somebody looks at me and be like, that person is my ex. We dated few years or few days and few weeks and then we broke up. I hated that statement and I didn't want to have that kind of life. So I was careful in matters of relationship. So from a very young age, I had already written down, these are the qualities I'm going to see in the person I want to get married to. These are the qualities that my friend should really have. So it really helped me in making decisions about friendship, decisions on relationship, and where I'll be staying and all of that. So I, many thanks to God, I did not have an ex till I got married. And so I didn't fall into the mistake of having heartbreak and deceiving people and all of that because I planned those things out. So, and if you can actually do that, believe me, especially for the females here, the ladies here, I mean, you guys are prone to, you get what I'm saying, right? I mean, when a person tells you, I love you and all of that, those sweet words, you, no, is it true? Okay, it's not true, sorry. Oh, Mary doesn't have experience. Sorry about that. You know, when think women are basically emotional people, and when you see a guy who appears responsible and then tells you sweet things, and you will most likely want to fall for that person. Is that true? Yes, good. So, but when you have your goals, you have your plans, you've spoken with God, you guys have planned your life, believe me, it will be difficult for you to fall into those terrible condition and situationship as they call it. You look at the person and instantly you know that I cannot date this person. Like God telling you that you can, and maybe God will not just speak to you, but because of the plans that you have, you look at the person. Everybody that I came in contact with before I got married, I could really tell that from the first conversation that I cannot marry this person. It was clear as crystal. Just having a conversation with the person, I'll be like, I can't marry this person. And one of the things I did was, if I'm friends with you, I go through your social media and then I just to have, because it is not far from, your social media profile is not far from who you are. Forget what people tell you that Instagram and all of those things are just for, what's it called? Cruise, yes, but it's a lie. If you're a very intentional, meticulous person, it will reflect in other areas of your life, including your social media profile and your Facebook and all of that. So I could really tell, and it is owing to the habit of having to write things down, plan my life. A few days ago, my wife was, where I serve, they gave us, what's that thing called now, a diary or a journal. And I wrote down some of the things I planned that I wanted to achieve in coming year. And when she saw the book, she read it. She was reminding me that, do you know that you wrote this thing down that about your wife and your kids and everything? And I now remember, yes, it's true, I wrote these things down. And I told her that, do you know that this is the life I'm already living? You as my wife, you are just the person I prayed for. And it was easy. Okay, let me give you another instance. Sorry for all of that, but I feel like, yes, please. Sorry. Um, when we wanted to get married, we were faced with a lot of opposition, people telling us that, I mean, this person is in school, she's young, how are you sure, and all of that. But because of my convictions, my plans, my goals, I knew that these people are just telling lies. You can be that sure. You can be that sure. And so, with that, having that in mind, let's now go into our goal setting and planning for the year. Am I making sense, please? Thank you so much. There are two types of people I've noticed. People who believe that you should just live the way you want to live, God will direct your path. And people who believe that I have to plan. And when I plan, it is easy for me to measure my progress and all of that. So, you know Dan, right? Yeah, I had a conversation with Dan also, and Dan is such a kind of person that believes that although planning is good, but let me just live the way God wants me to live and see what comes out of it. Do you think that's the right way to live? Just asking. Is anybody like that who believes that kind of yes, you believe that? I mean, let me just live the way God would literally direct my life, just like Joseph, right?
Yeah.
Joseph didn't really do anything. He was just living his life, and God transported him from where now? From where? From Israel to the prime minister, becoming the prime minister in Egypt and all of that. Well, let me show you a few scriptures. Is it okay to look at a few scriptures about why planning and all of that is important? Okay. Okay. Do you have a Bible here, or we can just physically read a few places? Proverbs chapter 16, verse 3. Proverbs chapter 16, verse 3. You can read that. I'll just read to save you time. It says, commit to the Lord whatever you do, and he will establish your plans. Did you really get that? It said, commit your ways into the hands of the Lord, and he will do what now? Establish your plans, which means God is expecting that we should plan. He will establish your plans, meaning that there has to be plan. You have to really plan. Now, Jeremiah chapter 29, verse 11 talks about, for I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future. God himself has a plan for us. So if God has a plan for us, it means we also should have plans, right? Good. Habakkuk chapter 2 verse 2 says, then the Lord replied, write down the revelation and make it plain on tablets so that you may run with it. You're a very spiritual woman, is that true? Yes, that you may run with it. So it's important that you have your plans written out. But I'm just saying these things as an intro so that the microphone will be charged. It's going to be an interactive session and practical, like I mentioned, and so that everybody's going to contribute, they want to talk and all of that. So first, let's look at why do we need to set goals for the year? I mean, why do we need to set goals? Why do we need to set goals? 2024, I had plans, and the first on my list was I was going to get married. 2024. I had plans, financial plans, I had spiritual goals, I had mental goals, I had all of that. And one of the reasons why you need to plan is that planning will provide clarity. Goals, or let's call it the way it is. Why I said goals? Goals provide clarity and purpose in both personal and professional life. When you set goals, it will provide clarity and purpose in both personal and professional life. A lot of people, you hear this often that I didn't even know how the year went. Year just, I mean, imagine spending 12 months without knowing how it went. That shows that you were careless. Do you agree with me, wisdom? That you spent 12 months and you cannot say that I was able to do this, I was able to do that. It shows that this person is not intentional about their life. So God will provide clarity for you, clarity so that you'll be able to say, maybe next time in community hangout, you'll be able to say, I did this, I wrote down these things, and I was able to achieve this and that. So goals provide clarity that when you wake up in the morning, you know what you are chasing. When you wake up in the morning, that's as simple as I just want to finish my dear sister. She's going to be a registered nurse this year. I mean, it's as simple as that, so that you know what you're chasing after. And then when you have distractions like friends, maybe people calling you to do things that is not part of the things you want to achieve, you already know immediately that this is a distraction. It's not going to be something that I should engage myself in. Like I was speaking to Wisdom yesterday, he had the things that he wanted to do next day. And I was surprised that somebody from Nigeria is having, what's it called now, a meeting in India and all of that. As simple as that. Then after the end of the year, you'll be able to say, yes, I held this meeting in, maybe physical meeting in India also. I mean, in the UK and all of that. At the end of the year, you'll be like, yes, I was able to hold a physical meeting. God, I love Joshua Selman. Do you know him, right? He has been one. I don't listen to, be honest, I don't listen to any other person. Two people I listen to, they are Pastor Poju and Joshua Selman. Those are my two people I listen to because I love how this guy lives his life. Now, towards the end of the year, and what he said inspired me. He said, by next year, we are going to Scotland for Sound of Revival. By next year, we're going to New York, America for Sound of Revival, and see Calgary, or what did he call it, in Canada for Sound of Revival. And I'm like, God, this guy is traveling different places. What am I doing in my life? Like he's just, and by next day he's, and you know those meetings are not just ordinary meetings. They are meetings where thousands of people are going to come, and I'm looking at this guy. I'm like, okay, so Samuel, now what meetings will you be holding next year? So he inspires me, and if that person at that very level, at that kind of height, has his plans, me that I'm struggling to know where I am, I think I should be able to have those kind of plans, my plans. So goals will provide clarity. Everything we'll be doing next year will be tailored towards his Sound of Revival, his conference, and everything, such that he will not be mixed with different things that are not tailored to where he wants to be. So goals provide clarity. Number two, they help measure progress and maintain motivation throughout your journey. They help measure progress and maintain motivation throughout your journey. They help measure progress and maintain motivation throughout your journey. Yes. So when you set goals and you achieve them, you're able to measure your progress. Some people are just existing, they're not living. And goals will help you to live, not just exist. Because as humans on earth, God is expecting you that you create impact. So when you set goals, it will help you to measure your progress. Where am I currently in my journey, in my life? I look at people and I feel pity for them because the only thing they chase after is wake up in the morning, go to their jobs, and then they come back. And the next thing is it's just a circle for them. Wake up, but that's not God's plan for you, right? You have to create impact. As young as, I'll still make reference to wisdom again, the conversation we had yesterday. I mean, as young as he is already making impact. Beautiful. I mean, very beautiful. And that's what life is. That you're able to make impact, help people, expand God's kingdom. You're contributing to the kingdom of God. And with goals, okay, this year I would at least win 10 souls for God, spiritual goals. This year I should have 5 million naira in my account. I run a what's it called now? A platform called the Young Millionaires Platform. And what we do is help people become financially independent. And now we already have the goals that we want to achieve by next year. We have different levels of millionaire status. We have the emerging millionaire, the advanced millionaire, the legacy millionaire. So at the end of the year 2025, at the very least, the emerging millionaire should have at least 5 million naira sitting in their account. That is the goal for the year, financial goal for the year. And whatever you're doing, you'll see that that is what you are, your goal for the year and what you intend to achieve. I mean, amidst other things, but your financial goal is to have at least this amount sitting in your account. So goal provides what now? What did I say? Yes, measure progress. Beautiful. Number three, why do we have to set goals? Well-defined goals allow for better resource allocation and time management. This is beautiful. Well-defined goals allow for better resource allocation and time management. When you set a well-defined goal, you would know where to spend your money, where you put money, where it will help you to manage your resources properly. There are people who, it was Jimron that said that there are people who say things like, I don't know where it all goes. I don't know where it all goes. I mean, you have money. If you check your financial record for the year 2024, you notice that a lot of money entered your hand. Yes, thank you. A lot of money entered your hand, but check your account now. Yes. But when you have goals, you know that these are things that, so I have a friend that earns way more better than me. I have friends that earn better than me. When I mean better than me, like triple my income. But do you know that looking at where we are, we're almost at the same level. And it is owing to, because I am meticulous about my goals, right? I set goals and I don't just spend money unnecessarily. Yes. Okay. Sorry. That is correct. What should I do? Sorry, sir. All right, sorry. Um, so what was I saying, please? Yes, you have a lot of money that came into your account this year and just like that. But when you have goals, you know that you have financial goals, right? I want to save this amount of money in my account and all of that. And if you have goals, you know how to allocate resources properly into different areas of your life. Okay, clothing, mental development. You know how to allocate the resources properly, so that at the end of the year you'll be able to say, I spent this amount of money, I spent amount of money on this, on that, and on that. And it helps you. In fact, you are excited, you're improving, because you know that you're now, what's it called, a better manager. You manage resources properly. I'm tempted to say praise the Lord, but it's not a church. It's not a church. So let's just go ahead. Then what else again? Goals create accountability and increase the likelihood of achieving desired outcomes. Goals create accountability and increase the likelihood of achieving desired outcomes. Goals create accountability and increase the likelihood of achieving desired outcomes. When you create goals, you are accountable. Goals create accountability and increase the likelihood of achieving desired outcomes. Yes, so when you create goals, you're accountable, and there's a high possibility that you're going to achieve what you've set to achieve. Yes, what you've set to achieve. Now, how should we set goals, right? How should we really set goals? Number one, of course, we all know the SMART framework, right? You know the SMART framework. So what's your name? I'm tempted to call you all the time. What's your name, please? Treasure, good. You know of the SMART framework, right? How about you, Nani? Oh, you knew it. Okay, in the past. Okay. What's your name, sorry? Angela. Okay, okay. Why not change your name to Angela? It's almost similar. Angela is the English name now. Yes. What do you think? Angela, Angela. Similar, right? Angela. Okay. So, the SMART framework, how do we set goals? Number one, specificity, which is specific. Specificity, or just specific. How do you set goals? Specific. Number one is specific. SMART is SMART, the SMART framework. And it's an acronym for S means specific. Yes. So your goals should be clear and well defined. Clear and well defined objectives that answers what, why, and how. Clear and well defined objectives that answer what, why, and how. One of the reasons why most people don't achieve their goals is because it's not specific enough. It's not specific enough. I want to be rich by the end of the year. It's not specific. Define rich. It could be 5,000 naira, it could be 10,000, it could be 500,000 naira. So goals should be specific, and it should answer the question of what, why, and how. Does this make sense? When you're setting goals, you should be specific and should answer what, why, and how. We're going to set our goals now. It's going to be practical to set our goals, but just have to tell you this so that you would know how to set your goals. But it should be specific, clear and well defined, objective that answers what, why, and how. What is your goal? Why are you setting this goal? How do you intend to achieve this goal? Number two, your goal should be measurable. Measurable. So that you can be able to track it. Right? I want to save, let's use money for instance. I want to save 1 million naira by the end of the year. You break it down, right? How much do I need to earn per day? As small